Oh, I just feel like, and I hate to be one of those guys, Casey. I really do. I hate to be one of those guys
You love to be one of
where
those.
where I'm like overreaction Friday, overreaction Monday, but
It's not Monday.
this might this might be the death of Ring of Honor as we knew it. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny Dunn! Hi, JKK.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
They need to add that to the background music soundtrack so we can come in dancing to it. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. StreamYard, go ahead and add that to the soundtrack so we can put it in the background and we can get. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. StreamYard. You should listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I really do. I know what I'm talking about. But what is going on? Good people, back at it again. Another. What is this? What is this? News type thing. Another little breaking discussion of news. That's not a real thing. But anyway, we're talking Ring of Honor gets bought. They threw the money at them. They made it rain at them by AEW. So AEW has bought Ring of Honor. By the way, DJ here, Casey over. Dang, I want it. Casey over there. I'm just gonna say over there and act like I didn't get it wrong because nobody had know, right? DJ here, Casey over there, Justin hopefully joining us very, very soon as well. And we're going to make this kind of best we can here at the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. We're going to make this a condensed type of quick little reaction type thing of AEW buying Ring of Honor, and then we'll do a more in-depth version when we get Adam on, and we can all kind of just shoot the breeze, as they say. I mean, how do you shoot the breeze? Like if you shoot it and it's in the breeze. Anyway, so Casey, what you feeling about the big news? Is Tony Khan about to mess up the honorable ring of wrestling? Like, I need to know. Casey, is my personal opinion, my knee-jerk reaction.
What?
My knee-jerk reaction. My knee-jerk reaction is, the doctor come in, hit on your knee, and it pop up. Like that reaction for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. That reaction, I don't think it's good. Not for Ring of Honor. What the heck is AEW doing for anybody else but AEW? That's my question. That's what I'd like to know. I want to know. But Casey, what are you thinking? Are you like, this could be good? Because I've already heard Casey say they can't book Dynamite. I know. I mean, that's just what I was hearing from the grapevine through Casey, through the phones, and stuff like that. What's up, Casey? What you thinking? What you thinking here? Because I need to know. I need to know the thoughts. Right? I kind of like this. It's back to the original crew, the OGs. We're gonna start an OG podcast. Forget the other two. They bumps.
This man talks so much and asks me my opinion at the same time, and he's still talking.
I asked you your opinion 5 minutes ago after I went on my tangent about everything, all in one go.
And you went on another tangent, so I couldn't respond. This man. So my knee-jack reaction. That's a new one. That's what we're gonna use. My knee-jack reaction. Initially, I was worried. But at the end of the day, it depends on what they do. Now, if they bought it just for the video library, I would miss the promotion, but I'd be okay with it. Because then we can go back and we can watch all of these old, Ring of Honor shows and watch all these old feuds, and younger fans can be like, oh, where did these guys come from? Okay, now we know. Now if they keep the promotion, I was talking to Adam about this, and we'll go a little bit more into detail when he's on later on in the week. But I would hope that they would keep keep Ring of Honor's identity. Don't try to make it, don't try to make it AEW presents Ring of Honor. Just let it be what it is. It has 20 years of like history behind it. It's recognizable by wrestling fans. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So like the look of it, the feel of it, you don't need to fix it. You could use it as like a developmental if you wanted to, but keep that kind of the Ring of Honor feel that we know and love. So I mean, it kind of depends on what they do with it. Either way, I hope, and I know Tony Khan said that very soon he's going to be doing something with the video library. So I'm hoping that maybe because I think there were rumors that it might go on to like HBO Max or something like that. They might make a deal with that, which I think would be cool. I just don't want them to make their own streaming service because I already have enough subscriptions. I don't need another one. I already got the HBO Max. You can put it right on there. It's all good, brother. All good.
True. Yeah, I think, and I would like to see, because I don't think anything like this has really happened. I know WWE tried to do it with WWE CW and all that. That's kind of the closest thing we've gotten to this particular ideology of it. In terms of, I would like to see Ring of Honor continue to run as a promotion, because, like you said, they have the lineage, they have the history, they have. Even a lot of the guys who are on AEW programming right now, kind of, wet their feet a little bit when it came to Ring of Honor. They were in Ring of Honor doing their thing. They were in Ring of Honor making a name for themselves, and then that's how they eventually, got to AEW. So I would honestly love to see them keep the video library, kind of like that, like you said, like, put it on HBO Max or wherever where it's a little bit a little bit more accessible, and not another subscription fee. But at the same time, I like to see the promotion continue to go. I don't think there's anything wrong with buying the promotion, especially if you have the money and you can fuel it. And I think that's something that gets lost, especially with even WWE. WWE, they'll buy a promotion and then you'll never see anything from them again, right? You'll just get the video library for them to put wherever they, on DVD or whatever, back when it was ECW and WCW on DVD. And then, of course, the network when that came out now on Peacock. But now what I would like to see is I would like to see Ring of Honor run still as its own individual promotion. Like let it do its thing, because now that you have bought it, I don't think anybody can really say, oh, well, Ring of Honor is overtaking AEW. Like nobody can really say that now because you own them, right? So they're kind of an entity of yours. You can promote yourself as much as you want. You can use it as a good partnership. Plus, you already have a big enough roster right now to where all the guys in Ring of Honor don't need to go to Dynamite and Rampage and Dark Elevation or anything like that. I don't think it does anybody any good. Let them keep running as their own promotion, right? Let them have their video library, their history easily accessible to everybody else. You promote them, they promote you. Now, has AEW been the greatest at doing that? No, because I've only seen more of a me type of mentality from AEW. Now, albeit they're a new company, early in the early stages, you are very me. I think too, like especially if you're growing at the rate that they were growing, and still are. But I think at the same time, what I would like to see is I would like to see Ring of Honor continue to run as it is, right? Let it be its own thing. Almost let it run independently of AEW, right? It ain't got to look. It ain't got to look. And like you want to showcase that you're an alternative to WWE so much, then show that, right? Show that. So like, show that kind of like WWE buys the territories in the 90s, and then they allow them to actually continue to run because you can't book but so many people on your show, right? And I think that's what AEW needs to do. Showcase that they're different than what WWE did. WWE took the territories and then turned it all into WWE, right? Whereas, and even recently, right? Like they take some of these other companies and they turn them into WWE ICW or WWE Shimmer or whatever, and just making stuff up at this point. But I think what I want to see from AEW is I want to see them be different than what WWE has done and let Ring of Honor do its own thing, right? Let Ring of Honor be what Ring of Honor has already been, which is good, but then also kind of could be your own personal developmental feeder system, whatever you want to call it, to you. And I think that would work. And plus it lets people get eyes on them, eyes on these guys from Ring of Honor. The Ring of Honor guys are good. I mean, and in selfish ways, it keeps them from WWE, right? If you're AEW, right? Like I can't go and mooch from Ring of Honor anymore because they're under, and and we all know. I think we all understand. Well, the two of us here right now, still waiting for Justin. Don't know where he's at, but I think we both understand that Ring of Honor has a lot of talent, and it was easy for WWE to throw a lot of money at them and be like, "Hey, come join us," right? But now being under AEW has that kind of like, do we really want you to go to WWE, or are we gonna kind of wait for you to continue to work under us? They got a little bit more control over that now, where WWE can't monopolize as much as they had been in the past.
Well, also, it's like, who are they going to get back in Ring of Honor? Because Ring of Honor basically let go of their entire roster. That's what really started the rumors of, they're gonna sell. And it turned out to be right, but like, who are they gonna bring back? Because now they can pick and choose. It's not like they just inherited an entire roster. They basically bought an empty roster, and now they can basically, now in a way, now they have more room to, and I hate to say it this way, but it's kind of what AEW did, at least in the beginning. Now they have more room to book their buddies, book the guys that they want to have on there, that they like, which, at the end of the day, that's what a company does, but like more so like, the Bucks, Kenny Omega, all them, they can kind of be like, we can get more of the guys that we want, not necessarily the guys that the fans want, which, I mean, a lot of them are the guys that the fans want, but it's more like if you're friends with them, but I was also going to say, and this kind of goes with, and we've talked about how social media and the internet has been both a blessing and a curse to the wrestling business. I almost wish that Tony Khan didn't announce that he bought Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, why do we need to know who owns all of these companies? Why do we need to know every little detail? Why do we need to know who the vice president is? Why do we need to know who the CEO is? Why do we need to know who, the third camera guy is? Like, it's like fans need to know every little detail of the company. It's like, why? That doesn't change the product in the ring. That doesn't change, if another wrestling promoter had bought it, would it change much? Obviously, the creative direction, yeah, but I almost, because I think that puts too much focus on, it's Tony Khan now, it's AEW, and then that again goes to, I don't want them to change Ring of Honor's identity.
Well, I think too, it could help with the prestige of Ring of Honor. I'm not gonna say the Ring of Honor is like taking a step back or whatever, because I mean, when I watched Ring of Honor, I kind of watch Ring of Honor in the same way I watch Impact. And I don't watch either one of them consistently, but when I do watch them, my overall feeling is it's not that they're that bad of companies, or that they don't put on good shows. It's more so that there's just so many new guys, or like just things have changed in terms of the roster. Because I think Ring of Honor is still good, and I think we've seen some of that talent, trickle over into Impact and stuff like that. And I think that's another thing too. Like I would like to see AEW keep up the prestige of Ring of Honor, because a lot of times when Ring of Honor loses Adam Cole and the Young Bucks and all these guys, right? Like they lose all these guys at the same time. there becomes this narrative that the company is not the same as what it was, when in actuality, there's just new guys that we have to live and learn with, through the product. And I think sometimes as wrestling fans, we kind of get impatient, and, we love our Adam Coles, and, we love our, Mike Bennett's and our Matt Tavens and stuff like that. Right. And then they go on and they move on or get hurt or whatever. And then we're like, there's too much going on. I feel the same way about NXT. My biggest thing right now of NXT is, it's not that it's a bad product. It's more so, it's almost like a product of its environment, if that makes sense. And that may not even be the right words to use, but it's one of those things where there's just so much change going on that it's not that the in-ring product has changed that much, because I just watched the most recent episode. It was pretty doggone good. But it's like, when there's too much new, it takes us away from actually enjoying the product, because we got too much to try to focus on at one time. I think the same thing can be keyed into Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor has so many new faces and new names, and a new women's division, and tag titles and trios titles, that I think sometimes we get kind of overwhelmed by that, instead of sitting back and watching the product for what it is. Because for me, Ring of Honor hasn't changed that much. I feel like it's just different than what we were used to, because there were names that were on there that we knew.
Yeah. It's almost like, and I don't mean this in an insulting way towards fans, but you almost have to go in it with the thought of, they have short attention spans. A lot of times, especially, in matches, you want to slow things down. You want to do a big move and then sell, and like let that kind of marinate. Let the fans register what they just saw. It's the same with all this stuff. Make a change, let that set in before you immediately make another change. Let us get comfortable with that. Let us, process that, and then, add something else.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't want to talk, dive too deep into this, because of course we want to have a little bit more of an in-depth discussion. Me, Casey, Adam, and Justin too, to kind of, get a little bit, maybe, get a little bit more of a in-depth dive into what this means. Will it change Ring of Honor a lot, or are we going to get Ring of Honor 2.0? That was another one of my biggest thoughts on it too, was like, is Ring of Honor going to become kind of NXT? Is Ring of Honor going to become AEW's kind of NXT, where they're going to, instead of trying to compete with, it gives them another avenue to try to compete with WWE, as opposed to, focusing on, focusing on themselves, right? WWE is going to be here, AEW is going to be here, right? Ring of Honor is going to be here, Impact's going to be here. Stop focusing on everybody else and focus on yourself. Maybe that's the thing, but we're going to definitely discuss it more. And, also you got, it also makes me wonder too, and maybe we'll get more questions than answers on this one, but, what happens with Ring of Honor's, or Honor No More, how you want to say it, their partnership with Impact right now, with Sacrifice and all that, just either getting behind us or coming up soon, and newer episodes coming out. The thing is, you got to worry about that too with Sacrifice. Like, what's going to happen with Honor No More? They got that partnership that they're going with too. Is AEW going to kind of change that up too? Or, what about the Forbidden Door and all of that? But as always, we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. We're going to talk a little bit more, of course, about this Ring of Honor selling to AEW. Unfortunately, it's kind of one of those unfortunate things, I feel like, in a way, but hopefully it doesn't change too much. Until next time.